Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. We are working on the Mercury project again. So much like this winter where we were just hitting you with a lot of metalworking videos, this is going to be a bunch of me doing sanding and learning to paint old lacquer or try and blend lacquer. This is, I've sprayed with a gun before. I've sprayed paint. I'm okay with single stage and some base coat, clear coat stuff, but spraying lacquer is something I've been easing myself in, and this is kind of the first time I'm doing like big pieces like this, or big sections. So now we're going to work on, after getting that front half here all taken care of, I'm starting to work on doing the body filler and primer and all that stuff for the back half of the roof into the catwalk area. So this is probably the biggest section that needs body work, because if you guys don't remember, I pretty much made the roof from here all the way back to the trunk lid, almost to where the trunk lid or jam is for the trunk. So that's a big area, a lot of shapes going on, and while everything looked decent, there is definitely body work that needs to be done. There's going to be a little bit of filler that I'm going to need to use, hopefully not a ton, and I'm going to try and get this thing relatively straight. Again, much like the front here, I'm not going to go crazy and make this thing like perfect, because we're still working around the car, and someday down the road we will really blow this thing apart and paint it really nice. But anyways, that's my long-winded way of saying I'm a hack. So let's get started, and I got a lot of sanding to do. All right, so I think I'm done sanding body filler for the roof for now. I'm sure there's going to be something I'm going to see that I missed, because again, I don't do this for a living, so I just got to a point where we're running into some time constraints, because we got the phone call that the interior guy, Chris, is at Rehab Interior. His wife and him are doing the seats and everything, and I think they have most of the preliminary work done. So we need to get the back half of this roof in primer so that we don't have bare metal spots showing. So I kind of just called it quits. I got it all pretty decent, and really the primer is going to kind of show me. So I want to at least get this primer on, let it cure for the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get time to block sand it after that, before we send it over to Chris, but I want to get some primer on. I've been using, I don't think I do much product plugs these days directly, but pretty much this whole process, other than the vintage DuPont Lucite Diamond Black lacquer that I'm spraying, I'm using all Eastwood products for this stuff. Obviously, I've pretty much what I've learned how to use on. I've sprayed other stuff, but I pretty much have always been using Eastwood stuff. So I have their guns I'm using. I sprayed it with epoxy primer in the beginning, which is good stuff. And then I was using their contour body filler to work all that. That worked really well. And now I'm gonna be topping everything with the 2K urethane primer surfacer. This stuff is kind of like high build, but not as high build as like a spray poly, but it's a pretty good high build. The only thing in the spray poly I'm a little weird about is I know there's some stuff with shrinkage on spray poly and making sure that you give it plenty of time to cure. And I just don't feel confident. I actually have it on the shelf, and I know that you can get, it's like, you know, sprayable body filler. I think, again, for what I'm trying to get with the car, where it's just like a driver for now, it's gonna be a rolling kind of project, and it's pretty much gonna look like, hopefully in the end, like it was chopped back in the day, and, you know, just this is how it came. So for what I'm gonna get with this, I can probably get most of the little knick-knacky imperfections out, and it'll be just fine. I can block it out, and then I can spray my my lacquer right over top of it. So I'm gonna get this opened up here. I just picked it up from the Eastwood store today, and get this sprayed on, get at least probably 2 coats today. I'm gonna spray 2 medium coats on, and then we can let it cure. So that's my little product plug. I'm gonna get my mask on and get this all mixed up.
All right, so in the last few clips, Matt got primer all sprayed on the back of the Mercury. My job now is to get this thing loaded up in the trailer and take it to the upholstery shop. Matt's away for a couple days, and the upholstery shop is ready for the Merc. They need to lay out for, do final fitment door cards, carpet, get the seats in the car. So I am going to load this up. It's currently raining, so as quickly as possible into the enclosed trailer, and then I'm gonna take it today and deliver it right away so he has a couple uninterrupted days to work on it while Matt's gone. Hopefully, like a week or two, he'll have this thing finished up and we can get it back, and Matt can keep chipping away at the roof. I'm very excited to see this thing with interior. Some teaser photos, it looks great. So get the trailer backed up, get this thing loaded up and on its way to the shop.
There you go.
Baby.
All the bottom front pads, they Velcro down so you can pull them up if you need to take it out.
Oh, good. How's it, how's the height you sitting in it?
Good. I have it on the lowest position. It could actually go up. I don't think you're going to want that. Watch your head getting in.
Yeah.
The flange is kind of wide.
Yeah, I mean, height-wise for me, I don't know with the headliner, that might be the...
It's going to get low. It's like, it's going to be, I mean, I think personally it's more going to be foaming the roof and putting in almost like a one piece, because a bow like sticking down like that, I think, I mean, your head's going to be up into it already.
Yeah.
Coming back. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. A little bit. You got about 4 foot. Good. Oh yeah, you got plenty of room to tips. You're good. They just barely count the stone over the lip.
All right, so we got the 39 Mercury back, and Chris and Shayna at Rehab's Rods and Upholstery did a fantastic job on the car. Like everything with building old cars, there's always complications that happen, and you know, like when they were doing the seats and stuff, some things took longer than expected, and they were working through it. And also, these seats had a lot of mouse crap inside of them, like the headliner had. So there was a bit of time for them just to go through and clean these seats up and get them ready. But now, for the first time since I've owned the car, it does not smell whatsoever like mouse piss. So if anything's worth the money, that not only does it look good, but I think the smell being better is nice. Because this is one of those cars that when it sat in the sun outside and you walked past it, had a overwhelming smell of mouse pee. So now that this is all together, it looks fantastic. It worked out really nice because Chris and I see each other around at different events and texting and stuff. And like he's a similar height to myself. So like when he was putting the car together, like I didn't have to run to the shop a bunch of times to check the height of everything. He kind of sat in the seat and was like, you know, I could see over the wheel and, you know, it looks pretty good. It should be good for you. And it worked out perfectly. So he went ahead and put the door cards and the garter spool and all that stuff on just to make sure everything fit. Unfortunately, I will eventually have to pull that stuff off to finish out the hardtop window stuff and putting the glass in. But the next step for this car is just to finish the bodywork and priming and painting and blending the lacquer in for all the areas that I touched. And then finally, I could start actually cruising this thing. So we're getting very, very close. Things have taken a little longer than we had hoped, but I'm hoping by the end of this summer to at least be driving this around altogether. But this is an incredible hurdle. Now the car's kind of going past the midway point of being a kind of stockish kind of crappy old car to something that's a full-blown custom with the interior. But super psyched with it. Hope you guys think so too. Drop us a comment down below. What do you think of the red guts with the black car? We'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.